Hey, it's Mark from Stock Pursuit and the Twitter account. I just wanted to do a pretty short video here on Bitcoin and some short setups I'm seeing. So if you look at Bitcoin, it's in what's definitely a downtrend here in the short term. In the long term, obviously Bitcoin is outperformed every asset class pretty much that in finance over the last like 10 years or so. But right now it's going down, so it's in this down channel, and this is the simplest way to look at it and to look at levels. So what it did there was a little overshoot, which happens a lot at major levels, and then it touched there, and then it looks like it's coming down again to that same channel support. So we've got, judging by the range and the days, it's probably could be a couple days from now where we hit the down channel, but that's the way it's going right now. So it's been pretty. I'm looking at these little channels that go inside here, and they're pretty steady. So I assume it's going to be steady down to the support, which would be about 58,000 on Bitcoin, and I've been looking at it just on my watch list with the Bido, because it's pretty much the same chart with the Bido is one of the more higher volume ETFs, and there's a lot of options traded in this one, and it's got about pretty much the same chart here. So we've got maybe another day or two. The way it's going, maybe a day or two until it hits that channel support, but we're definitely going down here. And I thought I put the Bido calls on. I might have been a little early on those because I put the Bido like weekly calls on, or the BITI BITI is it's the inverse, so it's a short Bitcoin ETF, and of course it's breaking out here. So the BITI is breaking out, which is the short ETF, and this one has calls and puts too. So I had the calls. I don't know. I think I must have been either they didn't get filled or they expired the other week. But I thought I had those on because kind of like this is like one of the better setups I see here right now. So there's still a setup there, for a day or two. Of course, it'd be better to short it at the top of the channel, but that's what we got here. So, and just to confirm it, I've been looking at this BCHG, which is a cash trust, and it's been a good indicator for Bitcoin too. So when it goes down, it's usually a little bit ahead of Bitcoin and crypto. So it's going down right now, and it's in a just steady downtrend here every day, pretty much. It's down. Then it broke down today. So the fact that it broke down today, I think, is pretty telling for the price of Bitcoin now, at least in the short term. I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin long term because of the nature of how it's traded since its inception. There's been bull and bear markets in it, but you find that in any asset class. There's dips, obviously. So, but yeah, in the short term here, it's going down. So we'll see what it does. It's definitely going down here though. So the other short setup I've been tracking is this Peloton, and Peloton came up against this down channel line here, where it's failed to break that line for a while now, and it's pretty rough. It hasn't hit it perfect every time, but every time it gets up there, it comes back down. And I had some Peloton puts that I traded on the breakdown here, and I'm looking at putting more of those on, probably 3 strike or maybe even 250 like a month or two out. But I'll probably do the 3 strike for like 2 weeks or so, because it looks like it's hitting that again, hitting that level. And this looks like just like a bear flag. So that's another one I'm looking at. And the alt is was another setup I saw because it was down when the market was everything was green. It was the only stock down, or it was one of the few stocks that were had a big gap down that day. Yesterday it was, and it's still holding below this sort of near term support here about 7. So it's definitely it's one of those retests and then fails because that was the level there. It retested and failed and then just came back down. Just like a lot of stuff. So I'm still short biased this one. I didn't put the puts on because I like to see it go red again today and break tomorrow and break down. But there's just a few. There's a good bit of short setups here, so I'm not going to take them all, but I've got to narrow it down here. So another one was another chart like that is like the Microsoft. Microsoft looked like it was coming back up with tech, to try to reclaim this level here, and then it rejected, and it was a pretty big reject today on Microsoft, which is interesting. Maybe it was similar to the Amazon quarter, because there could be a read through. Maybe they're getting business from Amazon, or maybe Amazon's getting business. I don't know, but that's kind of a huge red day today from Microsoft. And I didn't check the news today, but it's a pretty big candle today. And Meta's still weak too, so it looks like tech is still struggling to get some footing here and try to hold those levels. So it looks like it's probably going to keep going down here, at least in the Qs and everything. Kind of a big fail there today. The volatility came back because it looked like it was going to push up. So let's see. I see the Qs hit off of that same kind of level like it did, like the other one, like the Microsoft. See, there's a level right there, this red line, and then price hit up against it and couldn't hold it, and we just rejected pretty hard off of that. So that's actually really looks like a really good short setup. The fact that it couldn't hold that level at all, and big reversal today. Probably some earnings reports. There was a lot of earnings reports today that might have something to do with it. And then semis were a little better, but see, there's another level there's a level right there that they hit up against too, because it held there and then it held there too in that day. So it's not as clear as this level here, but actually now that I look at it more, it looks like this wasn't much of a level really, and that was just an overshoot right there, and the real level is right here. Because you look at the amount of days it touched it there. So yeah, it's and back here in March too. So yeah, that's another reject off just like the Qs. So, and there's a bear flag there. So yeah, if we go red tomorrow on SMH and Qs, it looks pretty bad for tech, and there's really a short setup there. There's a lot of these charts, they kind of look like they're just doing bear flags. Even Nvidia, like I was kind of seeing how this could turn into a down channel, but Nvidia is a little stronger, of course, but still not really trying to get a breakout there, getting close to, it's not really close to it at all. And some of the other ones I found, because I was looking more on the short side for short setups, and Future Fuel. This one's just incredibly volatile. And over the years, it's like it trades in like a $5 range, like every month or every few months, and like it went to 10, went to 5, went to 10, went to 5. So it's back at 5 again, and it's on some pretty big support there. So if it breaks down, that could be a short trade there, because this thing's like really volatile to the downside. So I'm trying to pick options trades where there's unusual volatility, because that's really the best way to trade options, is obviously to try to catch the the big unexpected moves. So that's another one. I put JKS back on watch too for a short, and because solar's like all these energy names, all these alternative energies are really weak still. Like the TAN's a solar ETF, and it's threatening to break down again too. When I just saw the BKKT, they did looks like they did a reverse split because this one was like $1 less. So I wish I had known that they were going to do that because I would have bought some puts earlier. But the BKKT looks like a good short now because they just did a reverse split and the stock is just annihilated basically the past few months. Yeah, there's a lot of these look like good shorts again. Like there's shots, another steady one. I was looking at Siri because like it looked like a lot of stuff was gonna squeeze, but because Siri has a history of squeezing too. But it looks like the shorts came in again today to keep control of this one. So, another breakdown today. So Siri could actually be another good short. I like to short stocks that have these really steady downtrends that they don't fail and they just keep breaking down. Where it looks like there's just tremendous selling pressure every day and it just go down. It's like a stair step down, And a lot of those, the short sellers are, that's obviously just a lot of selling pressure every day, and they can never get bid. I mean, it's never really It's pretty unusual to see stocks go in one direction day after day after day. It's so that to me it just tells me that the shorts have control, because you don't see that with breakouts. Now, usually you don't see breakouts go for 10 days straight. You do, but I usually look at those for shorts. So it's less common these days to see stocks go up day after day. So yeah, I think there was one more I was thinking of. Like I've been following a lot of sectors and stocks lately. It's been there's been a lot of opportunity on the long side and the short side. So I got a little distracted too from the Tesla long, because Tesla was an easy buy when that there was that bear trap. So let's check on that deep value stock, AGAE. That one's been holding up. Yeah, see it's trying to hold that support level there at about 80 cents. It's been a big level. And this stock sells for less than net current asset value. It's a deep value stock. It's one of the only, it's like the only, or it's one of a handful of stocks that are that cheap. They're pretty quote unquote decent company. Because you're not really gonna find great companies that sell for their liquidation value. But this one's selling for its liquidation value for just about. So like the other one was there's a biotech selling for less than net cash, which is pretty rare too. Let's see if I put that on this watch list here. I think I might have put it on here. Yeah, I think it's the NNDM. This one, I got the cash value was way over this price. The net cash, which is even pretty rare. So it's getting close to some levels too. This would be a good trade once it gets to like 220 or maybe even 230 there. It's got some support in the past. But yeah, it's getting close to what could be an entry here too. But I hate buying stocks that are trending down, because they tend to do that, especially if they're a perennial deep value stock. And The rest of these are just kind of ones that I like to track that are pretty good companies, but they just always been really undervalued. Some of these I put out on my Substack. Yeah, Slowly was on my Substack. JVA. Pets is, I don't think it's got enough working capital to be a deep value, or it's too much debt probably, but I just put that on watch because it's been taking a beating too, and the management's pretty shareholder friendly. The Pets management over the last 10-20 years has been really shareholder friendly. So those are the deep value land stocks. Yeah, I've been looking at so much stuff. Like there's just a lot of opportunities. But yeah, the RCAT was probably one of the more interesting. So on the long side, the RCAT is breaking out again, and this is like a drone defense company. So it's got a really good chart here. I mean, it's basically just a big triangle now. So it's looking really good. I've got some calls on that one. But yeah, tech still looks pretty weak, and even oil's kind of died out here. I was expecting a move off a trend, but we just broke below my trend level today. So it's kind of hard to pick longs here. I mean, the longs have just kind of evaporated. Even gold's weak, Looks like gold was really overdone. I mean, that move was so fast. It's probably more of a short side here on the futures, but I think a lot of gold stocks have been holding up from what I've seen, at least the ones that I'm tracking. But yeah, that's it. Cause I could cover every sector, and that would probably take forever. So that's pretty much what I've been watching. And the Tesla run fizzled out a little bit today. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it hit. Wow, look at that! It basically hit my top level, my top resistance level for that channel. It's been the key channel for Tesla here. And then this is the channel. There's an overshoot there, but that happens, and then, but it didn't hold there at time. So yeah, my channel holds again. So let's see. Yeah, there's a short setup now because it's not holding the channel. So that's a short setup because this channel has never failed for a while. When it gets really low in it goes up. When it gets really high, it goes down. So yeah, we got too high there at 194, about 200. And that was near the level from the last earnings report. So there's probably a lot of hedge funds that got in there, in these days here. So yeah, let's see if it goes red tomorrow. If we break below this channel here, which is the high is 182.73 on that level. Yeah, it's about 184 to 182. So if we break below 182 tomorrow, there's definitely a short setup there because it looks like it's going to be another channel inside the channel. So it hasn't quite broken through yet. So let's see what it does here. There's the channel levels. Pretty rough levels there. Yeah, about 181. I think if it hits 181, 182 area, it's a short to play the rest of the move in the down channel here. Because in the last year, it's been steady down channel, and that's the only way to look at it, really. to me. You know, you can look at the fundamentals, but it's just been trading in this down channel. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'll call it a wrap.